Good morning, everyone. It is Friday the 13th at 7:30 in the morning, and we welcome you to our Rise and Shine show. We have Michelle Hornsby here from the Red Bird Willow Tree Farm. This is a mouthful, and we'll get to her in a little bit later, but first we're going to go to weather because there's a hurricane coming in. There's some severe weather ahead, so we'll go to Allie.
Well, today we're expected to have storms this afternoon from what models are showing, and that is going to go all the way until midnight tonight, and hopefully this rain will slack off. And over the weekend we could expect storms if this hurricane does stall in Mississippi like models are indicating. But we gotta wait on the models, and it's a little too soon to know, so we'll know by this afternoon what should happen over the weekend. If that's the case, next week will be a soaker, I am telling you. So grab your umbrellas and your rain gear, and hopefully the temperatures will cool down right after this hurricane leaves our area.
Let's hope so. That'd be great. Are you ready for fall?
I am ready for fall, most definitely. We've got pumpkins everywhere at our farm. We are definitely getting ready for fall.
Everybody's ready for fall, and let's hope that it doesn't hit landfall and that there's not too many bad things going on, because every time you hear a hurricane or a tornado coming on, it's very scary.
Absolutely.
And you always pray that people won't be affected, but maybe the worst thing we'll get is the soaking, right?
We needed the rain. We needed the rain.
My husband, he always says, he works outside, so he tells me all the time, it's dry, Ellen, it's dry. So we need the rain.
Absolutely.
We definitely need the rain. Well, I am going to go ahead and just jump into it a little bit, and thank you, Allie, for giving us an update on the weather.
Hey,
I
anytime,
appreciate it.
anytime. I'm glad to do so.
But I want to get with, this is Michelle, and Michelle's with the Red Bird Willow Tree Farm, and I'm going to let you just do a little introduction of yourself and tell us a little bit about your farm and about you.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on the show this morning. Again, my name is Michelle Hornsby, and I own Red Bird Willow Farm. We're located in Sachs, Alabama, and basically our farm is home to over 100 animals, ranging from chickens to kangaroos. So we have a lot of little creatures at our farm, and we're open to the public. We do educational tours, we do events, and basically the message of our farm is to spread joy as much as we can. And we want to build connections. Everyone that visits our farm or that we go and do travel events to their location becomes part of our Red Bird Willow Farm family. So those connections are very important, and through that we feel like we can offer a lot of healing with the animals. Right. They provided a lot of healing for me when we started this farm, so I knew if they could do that for me and my husband, then they could definitely provide healing and comfort to other people that were going through difficult times. And we've actually been kind of referred to as the healing farm a great deal, and I think that's an excellent representation of what we're actually all about.
Oh, I agree with you, and it's a sad thing, but it's out of darkness comes light, is what I always say. And this month is actually suicide prevention month, so we want to, focus on that too. And I know that you're going to be my guest, actually, on the 24th. The 24th will be our community health series that I have every month at the Oxford Civic Center, and you're going to come and talk. And so if you guys want to hear her story and the whole entire story of the farm, you need to make sure that you come to that event and bring tissues, because guys, it's a wonderful testimony. I feel like, and I don't want you to go too much into it today, because I know it's difficult a subject to talk about your son, but that's how the farm came about.
The farm got started, we started in 2020, late 2020, and we started, actually got a few goats to help us clear some land to make a memorial area. We lost our son, Justin, to suicide in 2017.
Right.
So the farm now was not existent at the time, and we got 7 little goats to help us clear an area to make a memorial spot for our son so we could go and have a place of remembrance and connection. So we got those little goats. It was during the pandemic, so I was home a lot.
There's
and
a picture of him.
yeah,
Aww.
there's Justin.
Yes.
He was 26 when he passed away. But
Yes.
we got these goats to help us with that memorial area, and I fell in love with them. I was home all the time due to the pandemic, so I was taking care of them. And we brought a llama to the farm not long after that, named Justine, which was
I love that story.
that was our first sign, I think, that we were onto a little something special.
Yes.
And to take that one step further, Justine, our llama, gave birth to her cria, that's a baby llama, gave birth to her cria on International Bereaved Mother's Day that following May.
Oh, I didn't know that part.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
wow.
that really stopped us in our tracks, and we realized that we were onto something that was for much more than just our healing, that it definitely was something that we could reach a lot of other people, that these animals could offer them comfort and some healing as they move forward, because everyone's going through difficult times, and especially grieving parents and grieving moms. So that was our first, sign to really figure out what we needed to do next to be able to open our gates for everyone else.
And I think we got a picture of the cross too, because the cross isn't that where the llama was born?
It is where the llama was born. We have a 30-foot cross at our farm, and it's very unique. But we put that up. My husband was prompted, encouraged. One day he came and told me, he said, "You're going to think I'm crazy, but we're supposed to put up a 30-foot cross of the highest point of our farm." And I said, "Okay, let's figure it out and let's get one." So we put that up, and I think really it helps us to make the statement where we reclaimed our faith after going through something so difficult.
Right.
And it also prompts conversations that are hard to have about suicide prevention, addiction, depression, and all of those things, because everyone always asks when they come to visit, "Why do you have a 30-foot cross?"
Yeah.
And so it gives us an opportunity to start those hard conversations.
Conversation starter. That's a conversation starter. And who would have thought goats would have started all
It
this?
started,
Right?
yes, with
little bitty goats.
little goats that we got to clear some underbrush, and they're not very good at that. They're not at all. Get the big billy goats.
I remember you telling me that.
They're not very good at that, but they just warmed my heart, and it's something that I love. All the animals that we have there. Our most recent addition is a wallaby, and
Yes,
he's about 9 months old. His name's Willie,
Yes, I need to meet
so he's
Willie.
our most recent addition. So we have a wide variety of animals. We do the tours, we do events as well at our farm, birthday parties. We also travel to different locations, and so we've kind of just expanded into a lot of different areas. We've got a pumpkin patch coming up. It's our first pumpkin patch that we've ever had.
awesome.
So
Oh,
we're
look,
starting on
there's a cow.
September 22nd for that. Now you're looking at Rudy. He's our Highland cow, and
Yes.
he's been with us almost since the beginning. So he's a very friendly guy.
and there's the
And there's
llama.
2 of our llamas, Holly and Bella.
Yeah, and I think Holly came to my granddaughter's birthday party.
Holly goes to a lot of events. As you can see there, she was in a wedding.
Oh, the little hedgehog.
And we do have 2 hedgehogs. And there's Kevin, our kangaroo.
Yes, and that's just in Sacs, guys. I mean, that's local. It's in Calhoun County. Support your local businesses, and not only just for just a business. I don't consider you just really. I mean, you are a business, but I really don't consider you a business per se, because you do so much good work, and I feel like there's so many people out there that need to know that, because you help children, you help other parents, and the new addition that you have on your farm are the walking trails, correct?
We do have a trail around the farm now that you can come, and we'll set you up with a couple of llamas, and you can walk the path that goes around the farm, and there's several different areas where you can stop and take a look at the farm from different vantage points. And so that's a nice addition for us to do, and to add for the people to be able to interact with the llamas in a different way.
And sometimes we just need to disconnect from everything, and what a wonderful way to disconnect, from the world a little bit, and go on a nature
an adventure,
trail.
and this is so. It is so much like stepping into somewhere that we are right off Linlock Lane. We're in a very populated area, but once you pull into our drive and you park and you come up, and there's 25 acres there of barns and animals, and there's just such a calming peace that people say that come over you.
There. I went to your Llama Palooza that you have every year. That is fun, guys. You guys need to go to that.
And we have two big events every year. We have Llama Palooza in the spring, and then our upcoming event for the fall is our Halloween dance party that will be October the 26th, and
with
that's
llamas.
Yes, it's going to be all of our animals will be there. It's a no scare event, and we're gonna our pumpkin patch actually starts on September the 22nd, and it will run all the way through until our Halloween event on October the 26th.
So the Llama Red Pajama Halloween dance party. That is awesome.
We'll have live music. We'll have live music, a DJ, vendors, food trucks, plus all the animals.
Yeah, that's fine. So October 26, 2024, this year. So that's Llama Red Pajama Halloween Dance Party. And your Llama Palooza is
it's normally the first weekend in April.
It's the spring,
Yes.
because I remember us going to the spring. And there was a lot of people that came there, and you have like food trucks set up. It's fantastic.
Absolutely. Most of our events, the big events like that, we have anywhere from 1,000 to 1,200 people that come through.
Wow.
So they are very large events. We are open year round, so we do a lot of things. In February, we do an igloo tent where you can have a Valentine's dinner in this igloo tent with llamas.
I saw that.
We do llama lunches.
Yes.
And then in the spring, we have the Llama Palooza, and during the summer, we do a lot of travel events where we go to nursing homes. We go to, for, like you said, children that are battling cancer. We'll take the llamas to those particular events so they can interact with the llamas up close and personal. And then in the fall and winter months, we do the Halloween dance party, the pumpkin patch. We've got pictures. You can book a session with Santa and llamas, and you can have professional pictures done with a wonderful Santa Claus and 2 llamas. It's a very unique experience. And then we'll go on into Santa will come back and visit us again later in December for cookies with llamas and Santa Claus.
Who would have thought you would have had cookies with llamas? I mean, how many opportunities do you get to do that?
I get a lot of opportunities, but I get to share that with a lot of people.
Yes, and it's a hidden little gem in our county, I feel like. I think a lot, because I know that when I talk to people about it, because I work with grandparents and I work with different populations, and I've told them about your support groups, and we'll get to that a little bit later too, and then maybe in the next segment. But I just know that they don't know about it. And it's a hidden gem.
And we opened to the public in 2022, and so we had at that point been doing some things with grieving parents, offering comfort sessions.
Right.
We had some donations that were made to the farm specifically to give comfort sessions. So one of the first comfort sessions that we ever had was a beautiful woman who was about to start chemotherapy and undergo radiation for cancer treatment, and she'd never held a baby goat in her life, and that was her dream. So her family brought her to our farm, and she spent some time with about 4 or 5 little baby goats all around her. It was just very therapeutic, and to watch that unfold and to see the emotion that evoked and watch that connection be made, I knew then it wasn't just me that had experienced the healing of those animals.
I mean, it's a proven fact. Studies have shown petting animals, is very therapeutic, and people that have pets, such as dogs or cats, actually, studies have shown that they live longer.
Absolutely. I should live a very long time.
You have over 100 animals. You should be like, you should live to your own. Right?
Probably so. Sheldon and our tortoise will be hanging in there when we're 150.
Tortoise now?
We have 2 now. We have Sheldon and Shelly. Shelly is a recent surrender to our farm, and so she is about 12 years old, and he's about 20.
Oh, wow, and they live a very long time. So
they do live a very long time.
They may outlive all of us.
I think they will, combined.
Yes. So, and you have a little store there, too.
We do. We have a gift shop where you can buy souvenirs, you can buy stuffed animals,
you can buy
something to drink.
Llama
you
hair,
can buy llama fleece,
and the little ball that you can hang up so that the birds can get it for their nest.
We take the fleece and we put it in a little grapevine that's rounded into a ball, and then and you can hang it on your porch, and the birds
I've got
can
one, and the
come.
birds have just like really.
They make their nest out of it.
Yes.
But our gift shop is always open whenever we do tours, and we have lots of souvenirs in there, as well as we're beginning to add some things that you can come in just as a gift shop to buy for Christmas gifts or birthday gifts, things along those lines.
That's awesome. We're going to get back with some more information about the farm, and stay tuned for Rise and Shine, and we'll be right back after this break.
Some say college isn't for single parents or people who work full-time. I'm here to prove them wrong. I'm a first-generation American, the father of Dion, and a non-traditional student at Gadsden State Community College. As a sergeant in the Army National Guard, I've watched soldiers with degrees progress faster in their careers. So today, I'm in school, involved in the Veterans Upward Bound program, and excited to see what's in store for my career. I truly am earning my wings at Gadsden State.
Come out and check out the Alabama Tractor difference. We can take care of all your needs of parts, sales, and service for RTVs, zero turns, and tractors and construction equipment. See us here in Lincoln at 620 Speedway Industrial Drive. Or come visit us here in Asheville at 275 6th Avenue, or give us a call at 205-594-7000.
At Southern States Bank, we pride ourselves on being your bank. We're your neighbors and involved in the community. We're the bank featuring the Southern Rewards checking account, a cashback account with no ATM fees. We are on the cutting edge and always have a smiling face to help you out. So come to Southern States Bank, where we are committed to great service and being a great neighbor. Let us be the bank for you and your business.
Hughes Paint and Body Works Towing and Recovery in Oxford is the area's leading auto body shop, serving Anniston, Oxford, Talladega, and surrounding areas since 1996. They specialize in auto body repair and refinishing, paint correction, paintless dent repair, towing, and so much more. For all of your auto body needs, contact Hughes Paint and Body Works Towing and Recovery at 256-835-1170. Also online at HughesPaintandBody.com.
I'm Alan Parnell, Parnell Insurance Agency. We've been here in Oxford and Alabama, Tallapoosa, Georgia since 1990. With Auto Owners Insurance, we're able to give customers competitive pricing along with excellent coverages. Parnell Insurance can handle all of your personal, commercial, and life insurance needs. We have a very experienced staff, both personal and commercial. All together, we've got about 125 years experience. Come see what our insurance agency can do for you in Oxford, Alabama, and Tallapoosa, Georgia.
Auto Owners Insurance.
At Family Prosthetic and Medical Supply, we care about you. We offer custom prosthetics, orthotics, diabetic shoes, and durable medical supplies. We're located here in Alexandria, Alabama, where it's a country feel but professional care. Come see us today.
Rise and shine, everyone. It is Friday, September the 13th, and we are visiting, of course, with our friend Ellen Hurst with Alabama Cares and a new friend, Michelle Hornsby, with Redbird Willow Farm. I know, it's Redbird Willow Farm. There we go. If you say it 3 times, it is so pretty.
I love her logo too.
Thank you.
I do too. I like that Justin, her son's initials are in the tree.
Well, the entire logo is very symbolic. A friend of ours designed it, and the willow tree in the logo represents the age our son was when he passed. It's got 26 leaves on each side, as well as a red bird looking towards heaven, and his initial, like you said, is in the tree, and a fedora hat leaning against the trunk of the tree, because he always wore fedora hats. So that's something that people knew him by, and when he passed, we gave away probably 50 of them to friends and family. So the logo itself is something that is precious to us, and we really, the meaning behind it is something that we feel like is very important to remember the details of the loved ones that we've lost.
And what about the elephant?
That's everyone. Some people see an elephant. Some people see a barn.
I see a barn.
Is that a barn?
I see a barn.
There is a debate. There is a debate. Is it an elephant?
It could
is it
be
a barn?
both.
It could be both. Yes, it could be an
can
Alabama
see both.
elephant.
Oh, I see the elephant now too. Okay, but when I initially looked at it, I saw a barn. But what a beautiful tribute!
Thank you.
That's so lovely.
I think it's awesome. And,
Yes.
and you know, the crazy thing is the first time I asked Michelle to come speak to our exchange club in Jacksonville, and you know, she had everybody in there just mesmerized, and I didn't realize, and she and I guess really didn't realize until later on. I was like, wait a minute. I know you. And we ended up, we went to high school
We
together.
did.
Really?
We did. Yes.
Yes. So
30 years ago. Where'd they go? Where did they go?
Yeah, when we were 2.
Exactly.
Of course.
Yes.
So, but it was just, you know, it was like kind of a full circle moment for me. But I mean, I am so proud of you.
Well, thank you.
I mean, I boohoo crying that day, and I know I will on the 24th when we have our event coming up at the Oxford Civic Center as well. And I'm telling you guys, if you have dealt with suicide in any shape, form, or fashion, not just children, with anybody in your life, you need to come to this event because it's going to be on September 24th from 10 to 12 at the Oxford Civic Center. It's free. We'll have door prizes and vendors as usual, but Michelle will be there to give her testimony and her talk about how the farm came to be and all the things, and I'm sure you would be open to answer questions, and she will talk about the support group that she has, which I think is excellent, but I just think it's, you know, like I said, out of darkness comes light, and I feel like you're such a light for so many people, and you may not really, and I know that you came from a dark place at one time too, but I just feel that, you know, God has His reasons for everybody being here, and this is just so wonderful.
Well,
and I thank you for that.
Thank you.
I thank you for that.
Yeah, I can't take credit for it. It's one of those things to where, as this began to fall into place, I just decided to open the gates and let people come experience what I had experienced through the animals. That I experienced a healing that I had not felt before when I started taking care of these animals. And you're right, it was a very dark place, and it was a place that I didn't want to stay, and I wanted to find a way to continue to be a mother to my only child. And the farm gave me that outlet, and I had no idea that I had this in me.
And it gave you strength.
It builds my strength to help others.
You didn't know you had.
Right. Because I was an office person for 30 years before I traded in my high heels for some cowboy boots.
And they look very cute.
Well, thank you. I enjoy wearing them. I enjoy it. Yeah.
Yes, but let's talk about the support group that you do. I think we have a graphic for that too. But talk about it and how it started and how people can get involved and how they can find out what dates and all that.
Well, we started doing comfort sessions for grieving moms early on, and then from there we started doing annual events for Bereaved Mother's Day, and that's always the Sunday before Mother's Day in May.
Okay.
So we started doing events for that, having speakers to come and inviting other mothers to come to talk about their children, because one of the things that happens when we lose a child, they pass away for whatever reason, friends and family become uncomfortable saying that child's name because it's difficult. It's heavy. Yeah, it's very heavy. So my goal was to provide an environment to where I could talk about my son, Justin, and other moms could talk about their children as well.
Right.
So we started doing the Bereaved Mother's Day group, Mother's Day events, and then that led to this last year. We had a speaker come, Kathy Mullen from Georgia, who lost her son to suicide, and she came and spoke to our group of grieving moms and families about her journey and what she has done. And from there, we decided to start a monthly group where locally we get together at a local Mexican restaurant. It's normally the third Thursday of every month.
Third Thursday.
Normally,
Okay.
sometimes we have to tweak it just a little bit here or there, but we do post those events on Facebook. The farm shares those events, as to when they are going to be and where they're going to be. So Facebook is where we post most of that information, and sometimes we have 2 people that show up, and sometimes we have 20. I mean, it's one of those things that you never really know how many are going to come.
But the point is that you're there,
right?
And I know in my line of work, COVID was such a horrible thing. COVID killed a lot of things, and one of those things were our support groups for our Alzheimer's patients, or our Alzheimer's caregivers, and cancer, just Parkinson's. I mean, like you name it, all the support groups just kind of went to the wayside, and everybody was going online, which is not as.
It's a good tool. It's a good tool, but that human connection is so important, and
socialization to get you out of that.
Gathering with
darkness.
others who understand the journey, who understand.
And you don't even know them, but and I tell that to people all the time. I'm like, you don't have to share, and you don't have to say anything if you don't want to. That's up to you. But to be there to hear other people that that you're not in that journey by yourself.
Exactly. And almost every mom that I've met wants to talk about their child or the children. We recently hosted, there's a retreat that takes place in Heflin that a lady does annually. She lives in Florida, and she comes up and does this retreat for grieving moms. And she brought that group to our farm a few weeks ago, and they did goat yoga, and they had some time with the animals and that sort of thing. So to watch this build and be able to reach more people is something it's a beautiful thing.
Is the support group for moms only, or is it?
We have some dads that come to the group occasionally. We do have some siblings that have come, so it really is for anyone, for grandparents, anyone. It's not just for moms. I just happen to be a grieving mom, and that's the journey I started on. But our support group for grieving people is really for anyone. We had one person that came to one of our events that lost his mom, and so he found comfort at our farm and some of these events that we hold, just like we find comfort. And so it's for anyone that's hurting.
That's wonderful.
I'm just letting it all sink in. I think that it's amazing that we can come together and share in those experiences and have that support, because like you said, it's so important to know that we're not alone in this journey, and that there is someone that you can talk to who may have an understanding of it as well. And so thanks for all that you do.
Well, no problem. One of the things that I try to make sure that we do is to, it's okay to not be okay is a slogan that's used a lot, especially now with suicide prevention, and I couldn't agree more. It is okay to not be okay, and especially when you're battling something such as grief and so forth. However, I'm not okay most days. After the loss of my son, just fundamentally, I'm not okay. But I don't stop there. There's a next step to that, and that next step is to find something that made me a little bit better every day. And it can, for other people, it can be friends, family, it can be write a book, it can be drawing as an artist or anything along that. There's some outlet that's going to make you, no matter what you're going through, feel just a little bit better each time you do it. And for me, it was a farm, and I had no idea that would be the thing that would help me get a little bit stronger each and every day. But if you allow it, if you make the decision to say, it's okay that I'm not okay, but it doesn't stop there. I've got a battle here that I'm going to fight to figure out how am I going to become as okay as I can be.
Yeah, wow. And you've been able to help so many others in your journey, and that's such a beautiful gift. And one of the outlets that you mentioned is writing a book, and you did that. And so when we get back from a break, I want to hear more about your book.
Okay. Absolutely.
So stay tuned. You're watching Rise and Shine right here on WEAC TV 24. We'll be right back.
Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest-growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands, including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gaston or Oxford.
Hello, I'm Taylor Sloan with the City of Oxford, with a word about one of our city's most precious resources, water. Clean water enriches our lives in so many ways, but we cannot afford to take it for granted. Remember, every time you pour something unnatural down the drain or in the environment, and every time you litter, our beautiful lakes and creeks suffer. Our city is beautiful. Let's all join together to keep it that way. Stop pollution where it starts, and help protect our waters for life.
What can you buy for $10? A hat? A milkshake? 166 channels plus live sports? That's right, for only $10 you can get 166 channels of classic TV shows and movies, including the latest news update from all around the world and local sports. Just simply go to 24ctn.com and click download, and then for only $10 you can have access to the best TV available.
Looking for unbeatable deals? Look no further than Shop 24, your go-to spot for incredible discounts and savings. From local dining and entertainment to grocery stores and everything you need, we've got deals you won't find anywhere else. But hurry, these hot deals are limited and going fast. Grab your phone and call now. Don't let these savings slip away. Join me, Kip Chappell, of Shop 24 every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Tune in to save big with Shop 24.
Some say college isn't for single parents or people who work full-time. I'm here to prove them wrong. I'm a first-generation American, the father of Dion, and a non-traditional student at Gadsden State Community College. As a sergeant in the Army National Guard, I've watched soldiers with degrees progress faster in their careers. So today, I'm in school, involved in the Veterans Upward Bound program, and excited to see what's in store for my career. I truly am earning my wings at Gadsden State.
May not believe it, but it's true. The 2024 Team 1 Chevys are here. All 2324 Silverado light duties have 2.9% financing for 72 months. The hottest new 24 Team 1 Chevy Blazer, 1.9% financing and no payments till April. And the #1 selling family vehicle, the Equinox. 24 models. You got it. 1.9% financing and no payments till April. Team 1 Chevrolet, home of the best people, the best service, period.
Rise and shine, everyone. It's 8 o'clock on your Friday morning, September the 13th.
And we have to do our dance.
Oh, we didn't do our Friday. That's what's wrong. We haven't done our Friday dance.
Oh, we're dancing.
We got to loosen up. We got to loosen up a little bit. That feels good. And it's Friday the 13th.
But you know,
it sure is.
In Europe, my mother was European, so in Europe, the number 13 is actually a lucky number.
Hey, I'm with it. Let's go that route, okay?
Yes, I'm a positive problem, so I'm thinking it's
positive.
It's
going to be a great day. It is. It is a great day. And it's a great day when we get to learn about the really good things that are happening in our community. And so Michelle is a shining example of that. Redbird Willow Farm. And Ellen with Alabama Cares. You're also a bright light, Ellen, because you dedicate your life to making sure
I'm a shadow compared to Michelle.
Oh, no, not it takes all of our lights. and all of the lights are the same size. They just brighten the room. Doesn't matter how big or small.
We're all tasked with our roles, and we do the best that we can with what we're given. And if we're always making a step to making a positive impact in someone else's life, then we're doing it.
And that's why I love this show, and not just to brag about our show, but I mean, I love the Rise and Shine show because every Friday, because I feel like giving all these resources out in our community every Friday are so vital to our communities. I mean, I think it's wonderful for people to find out about things that they didn't know about, and I hope that you have people that come to your, Llama Llama Red Pajama dance party, and I hope they come to Llama Palooza, and I hope they come to your support groups and buy your book. And
thank you.
And let's talk about your book.
Let's do it. My book is called Just in Time to Be Kind, and it's based on my son when he was a little boy. And Justin was one of the most kind, thoughtful children that you would have ever met.
And just in time.
Yes, just in time to be kind. So this little story came to me not long after he passed away, in the middle of the night, a sleepless night. It came to me, and I wrote the whole thing in my head just in that one night. But it took me several years to go through the process of getting it on paper and then getting it in the right hands to get it published, and it's due to be released on October the 1st.
Yay.
And so it's
on Amazon?
It's Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Target, and lots of other retailers. Lots of other retailers. So you can pre-order now, and it'll be, like I said, released on October the 1st. And it's really geared towards children ages 3 to 9 or 10. But it's a great little, nighttime story for them, and it talks all about kindness and how to, as Justin, when he was little, he would see opportunities to be kind, and then he would act on them. And so seeing the opportunities to be kind kind is, a lot of people do that, but he would always take it one step further and follow through and act on that, whatever it was that he saw to be kind to someone. So that's what the story's about, and then it shows how kindness comes back to us when we do kind things for others.
You get what you give.
And the world needs that. We need
every little smidgen of it we can find. We want to put kindness out there.
So how can someone pre-order?
You can go to Amazon. You can either put in the title of the book or put in my name, either one, and it'll just come up right away. On our Facebook page, we have the link to go to Amazon. We have a QR code where you can go to Amazon. And anyone that orders the book and pre-orders the book between now and the end of September, then we are going to enter those people into a drawing to win a very nice prize. We're trying to promote pre-sales for the book. It helps us in the long run, and so we are going to give away a large Yeti cooler on wheels with the handle. It's super nice. And so right now we currently have over 80 names that people that send us a screenshot or purchased while they were in our store that they bought the book. And so we will have that drawing live on Facebook on October the 1st to give away that cooler for everyone who pre-orders the book.
Oh, that's awesome.
We'll make sure that we put that link also on our Facebook page on WEAC TV 24, so you'll know where to purchase that book, and I look forward to doing so myself.
I love the name of it.
I know.
I know, that's clever.
It's clever, and another tribute,
It is another tribute, and it all goes back to saying their name, I think one of the most impactful stories that happened on our farm was early on. I had a longtime friend who unfortunately lost her son as well about 3 years ago, and his name was Kevin, and he passed away from an overdose. And so as she was going through her grief journey, one of the things that I thought would be comforting for her is to name one of our animals after her son. And so we named one of our kangaroo that came to the farm, we named him Kevin in honor and memory of her son. And so the first time we went to an event, we took Kevin with us, and my friend Christina got to hold the kangaroo, and people came up and interacted, and she got to tell him his name. And so at the end of the day, I said to her, how many times did you hear your son's name today? And she said, probably 250 times. I said, and they were all good, weren't they? They were all happy, because those of us who have children who have battled or are battling addiction or alcoholism or anything along those lines, when we hear our children's names, sometimes it's not in the greatest of context. And so we wanted a positive spin on that, to where she heard her son's name multiple times, and still does, in a very positive light.
And it's amazing that you said that, because one of my mom's friends who lives in Marietta, Georgia, her daughter was murdered, and the murder is still unsolved, and it happened about 19 years ago.
Oh my.
So she is a part of a big group in the Marietta area of parents that have lost children to violent crimes, and she says that too. She says that it's amazing to her how people don't want to speak her daughter's name. It's that they're scared to say her name.
And it comes with, I think, in my opinion, it comes from good intentions. People that love us and care about us, or even people that don't know us very well, they don't know what to say, so in fear of saying the wrong thing, they just don't say anything. But everything that we do is based on what I was going through, because everybody grieves differently, they heal differently, what works for them is different. And so for me, I didn't want my son's memory to pass away when he passed away. I wanted it to somehow continue, and I wanted to somehow continue to be a mom. And so hearing his name, having people be comfortable, I felt like it was somewhat my responsibility as his mother to make those around me feel comfortable saying his name. And in doing so, perhaps they could go into other situations where they encountered grieving parents and know a little bit more about how to approach them and what to say, and how that's the number one thing that I think that we can do for a grieving mom, is to say their child's name. It brings a comfort and a peace, because you're so afraid as a grieving mom that they're going to be forgotten.
Right. And I remember she told me, she says she's forever 21, she'll always be 21 to me. And she said, and when she's around people that don't feel comfortable, she'll talk about that. Well, she would actually be this old, but she'll always be 21 to me. And she just kind of makes, not light of the situation, but
she's taking her with her in a healthy way.
Yes, and she's just trying to give it, she says she just tries to make the people around her more comfortable, because she says, I'm not uncomfortable anymore, because I want to talk about her. I want to talk about her in a positive light.
Right.
You know, not the way she passed away because it was very violent, but
her life. Her life. Her story's not about how she died.
That's not what defines who she was. What defined who she was she was in college. She loved animals. She, all these things. And she said, that's what I want to talk about. Yes.
And I think that's so important as we take them with us and move forward. There is joy in that. And one of the biggest hurdles that I had early on was to admit that I wanted to be better after going through such a horrific loss. I mean, the center of our universe was just plucked away. And so to say, I want to be better and I want to figure out how to bring him with me in a healthy way. I don't want to go just behind closed doors and put my head under the covers, although that's very tempting. It's something that I think there's a place for that for a certain amount of time. You definitely have to give it space. And even now, sometimes I have to give that and those emotions space. I have to make room for them. But then I have to pull myself together and say, okay, what can I do now that's going to make me just a little bit better? And what can I do now that's going to honor his memory and continue to tell his story?
Right. And because you have a purpose too. Everybody's here for a purpose. And and that's why I think it's so wonderful. Your story is just so wonderful because I feel like, I don't feel like I know that you made a rainbow out of all of this huge storm that came in your life, and you're such a light to so many other people in the support groups and sharing your farm and all her over 100 animals.
I want to go visit. I'm very interested in the goat yoga too. That sounds
goat yoga is a lot of fun. We hold it mainly in the spring. We have new baby goats in the spring, and it continues throughout the summer.
There it is, goat yoga. Yeah. Yeah, and they jump on you.
They do. Our class sizes vary, but we can accommodate very large classes. And we have an instructor that comes over from Georgia right now, and she comes over multiple times. She's certified, and so she teaches. But it really is more about the baby goats than it is the yoga. It's just a place to come have fun, and you get to sit down, and these little baby goats run and play, and you can't help but smile.
Yeah. Well, I giggled when I went. I felt like a little 10-year-old little girl because I giggled the whole entire time.
Wonderful, and that's
what it's about.
That's what it's about.
When the grieving moms came from the retreat in Heflin, and I heard collectively a group of about 15 moms giggling, that was just comfort to my soul and to my heart.
Because it worked.
Yes, that's what it's for.
And that's so important. Is of course that we have to continue that joy, and our loved ones that are no longer with us want us to continue that joy, right? I really truly believe that. I mean, like you said, there is a place for grieving and for mourning, and that comes in stages at all. No matter how many years it's been.
It stays with you.
It does.
It stays with you. But I heard a great description one time. It's like a train track, and so they're going to be side by side. You're going to have that grief. It's just going to be with you. I have no choice in that matter. But the joy, you can, make that the other side of the track, and they can coexist together to be able to move forward. You'll never move on, and you'll never get over, but you can move.
You learn how to live
you
with
move
it.
forward.
Yes, and I think that's so important. I mean, because you can't. It's okay to be angry, and it's okay to cry. All emotions, because we're human, we experience so many emotions, and so many people, children all the way up to 100 years old, it's okay, but there's some people that don't know how to deal with it, and I think that having support groups and having places like your farm to go to decompress, to go on a little nature trail with a llama and get, just escape for a moment, I think that to teach people, to help them in their journey to how to channel those emotions.
And find an outlet, absolutely. And not only is it good for adults, but it's good for children.
Yes.
And I firmly believe that we have to start teaching our children now in society how to cope with their emotions and how to handle it, and finding ways to be able to cope, because those things, the inability to cope with grief or with loss or with sadness, the inability to cope with that are the things that lead to suicide prevention. And the way we prevent suicide prevention is to start way back here and teaching children how to manage those emotions and how to find outlets for them that work for them, that bring them some comfort.
And just like, with all the school shootings here lately too, You know, you see that too. I mean, like you said, to have some kind of outlet to teach them how to channel their emotions and to tell them it's okay to feel this way, but you got to learn how to do, you know, channel it correct in a positive
and not
manner.
just scroll through the feelings, like, you know, to distract yourself, because there's a lot of distraction, because those feelings are, you're going to feel them at some point. They are going,
exactly. They're going to catch up with you. And it doesn't matter how you postpone it, if you're, you know, hiding in your bedroom or if you're out doing something, they're going to catch up with you at some point. And I learned that if you handle them head on, then they're going to be a little bit easier to manage than if you let them build and build and build and sneak up on you. That could be detrimental.
It is. Like it sits there and breathes and then it just erupts.
Exactly.
And it does. Well, with that, we're going to take a quick break, but stay tuned. We'll be right back. You're watching Rise and Shine right here on WEAC TV 24.
Come out and check out the Alabama Tractor Difference. We can take care of all your needs of parts, sales, and service for RTVs, zero turns, and tractors and construction equipment. See us here in Lincoln at 620 Speedway Industrial Drive. Or come visit us here in Asheville at 275 6th Avenue, or give us a call at 205-594-7000.
At Southern States Bank, we pride ourselves on being your bank. We're your neighbors and involved in the community. We're the bank featuring the Southern Rewards checking account, a cashback account with no ATM fees. We are on the cutting edge and always have a smiling face to help you out. So come to Southern States Bank, where we are committed to great service and being a great neighbor. Let us be the bank for you and your business.
Hughes Paint and Body Works Towing and Recovery in Oxford is the area's leading auto body shop, serving Anniston, Oxford, Talladega, and surrounding areas since 1996. They specialize in auto body repair and refinishing, paint correction, paintless dent repair, towing, and so much more. For all of your auto body needs, contact Hughes Paint and Body Works Towing and Recovery at 256-835-1170. Also online at HughesPaintandBody.com.
I'm Alan Parnell, with Parnell Insurance Agency. We've been here in Oxford and Alabama, Tallapoosa, Georgia since 1990. With Auto Owners Insurance, we're able to give customers competitive pricing along with excellent coverages. Parnell Insurance can handle all of your personal, commercial, and life insurance needs. We have a very experienced staff, both personal and commercial. All together, we've got about 125 years experience. Come see what our insurance agency can do for you in Oxford, Alabama, and Tallapoosa, Georgia.
Auto Owners Insurance. At Family Prosthetic and Medical Supply, we care about you. We offer custom prosthetics, orthotics, diabetic shoes, and durable medical supplies. We're located here in Alexandria, Alabama, where it's a country feel but professional care. Come see us today.
Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest-growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands, including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are a family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gaston or Oxford.
Rise and shine, everyone. It is Friday. Yay. Happy days. September the 13th. It's 8:17 in the morning, and we're really grateful to have Michelle with Redbird Willow Farms joining us this morning, and of course, Ellen Hurst, as every Friday, gets to hang out with
like
us.
Christmas up
We did not plan it. I think we're ready.
Absolutely. Well, if you see me, I always have on red. I mean, in some shape or form.
Red's a good color. I had on red yesterday. I love red.
You did, and I loved it. It was beautiful on you, and it's beautiful on you. It's a great color. So this morning we've been talking about something that's it's a pretty tough subject, right? It's something every person deals with in their life, which is loss. And there are varying ways that we lose people, and suicide is one of the things that is top of mind this month, as it is Suicide Awareness and Prevention Month. And thank you for turning your journey into something that impacts other people in such a positive way, because there are different ways. You know, we're humans. We all deal with things in different ways, but one of the things that we really always need is each other.
Exactly.
And we need someone to be there with us, not even to necessarily have gone through that same experience, because everybody's experience is different.
And grief is different.
And grief is different. But to know that you have somebody that's on your side, even if you just need to go and sit.
Exactly.
You know, just sit with it, but you might need somebody kind of around, you know,
exactly.
to do
Or a furry companion.
Or a goat.
Always.
Yeah, they help.
That is, you know, it's so therapeutic. I mean, animals,
Tell them about all the animals. You have kangaroos. I know you have those big rabbits.
We have giant Flemish rabbits, which are about 20, 22 pounds. We have a couple of lion head rabbits, which are the smaller ones that have the lion's mane, and so they're very adorable. We have a couple of chocolate lops, and then we have 2 emus, Ebenezer and Eloise.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah,
I love that.
And they are just like the ones that you see on the commercials. And actually, Ebenezer, it has been a comfort therapy animal for one of our grieving moms. Don't ask me why, but that's the one she connected with.
Wow.
Yeah, so
That's
she and Ebenezer have a bond there. So you never know. But we have a Highland cow, Scottish Highland cow, and a part cow, a couple of zebus, llamas, alpacas, miniature donkeys, horse chickens, miniature horses. And 2 tortoises.
Yeah,
and 2 tortoises.
Shelly and Shelly.
And the little hedgehog.
We do have 2 hedgehogs,
Oh, they're so
Mr.
cute.
Woody and Stevie Nicks. That's her name, Stevie Nicks. Yeah,
Can't forget Stevie. Come
Stevie
on.
Nicks.
That's so cute.
But we also offer encounters. So if you come to our farm to do a tour, you can do a guided tour where we take you around. It's educational. We tell you about the animals, how they got there, what their names are. We take pictures with you and that sort of thing. Or you can do unguided, where you walk around yourself at your own pace, and you can just go around and see the animals and pet them through the fence, through the catch pens. And then you can also book an encounter with us, to where if you want to be inside the catch pen with the llamas, or you want to do a llama lunch, you can come and book those encounters with us to be directly with the animal, or we can bring a llama to you. We do llamagrams for special events, anniversaries, birthdays, and things along those lines.
And
so you can book a llamagram with us.
I love that. For my granddaughter's birthday, and it was fantastic.
That's
and those
sweet.
little llamas, they had little
We dress them up.
Yes,
all the photos.
So cute. Yes, and they're so soft.
Look at
Love that.
Send a critter to a loved one for an experience they won't soon forget. I love that. Birthdays, anniversaries are just because.
And the little tents that you talked about too, well, that's a fantastic way for somebody to, propose or something.
And for February was one of our busiest months. We worked with Evans Florist here locally and Classic on Noble, and they worked with us and donated flowers and donated some food for us to be able to provide romantic dinners in the igloo tent, surrounded by llamas and a fire pit. It's a bubble.
I can't wait to come visit.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
It's really nice there.
Yeah. Let's go.
Absolutely. Pumpkin Patch starts September 22nd.
Ooh,
So that's coming up.
Yes,
is, yeah.
It'll start. We'll be open every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 11 to 4 from the 22nd of September all the way through October the 26th. And so you can come. We have heirloom pumpkins. We have the little jack-o'-lantern pumpkins and the little small mini pumpkins. We have over 300 pumpkins. So please come buy some pumpkins from Redbird Willow Farm.
If you're looking for pumpkins, that's where you can find them.
Yes, absolutely. But we also have games for kids to play. We're going to have a little bowling alley that they can play, and they can, of course, have interactions with the animals and walk around and see the farm. We have picnic table areas, and we also have just a slide that they can play on, and the pumpkins and that sort of thing. So we have lots of fun things planned for them. Oh, we have a hay maze as well, so they can go through the hay maze.
You're busy.
Yes, we've got a lot going on.
Wow.
Yes.
That's incredible. So a hay maze and pumpkins and animals and
yes.
Wow.
Llamagrams. Yeah, that's amazing. That's a lot.
I think our favorite visit that we do is to nursing homes. We do a lot of
faces light up.
We take a lot of our llamas to nursing homes to visit, and we travel, roughly 100 miles or so. We're a little flexible on that, but our most recent llamagram was in Tuscaloosa, and then we had one in Tallahassee that was going to be coming up. But we go into nursing homes, and the llamas are just intuitive. They just have a way about them that they connect with the patients in a way that I can't explain. And they always say, well, how did you train them to do that? Because they'll go into a room for a patient, and nursing home rooms are very small and cramped, but Holly, particularly one of our llamas, will go in and she will nuzzle a patient on the cheek or on, and they have the softest little nose, and she'll nuzzle them on the forehead or on the cheek, and then she'll back out of that room. And I can assure you, I did not train her to do that. I trained her how to get there and put her on a lead line and a leash, but that's all her. That is all her. And
it's amazing their intuition. Like
it really is.
It's really in their dispositions. They just know. Isn't that amazing? Because I mean, dogs are like that. I mean, horses are like that. It's just amazing. Animals.
I wish she was hanging out with us right now.
Well, if it hadn't been for the stormy weather, I did contemplate bringing her with me, but maybe next time.
Okay. We'll have to plan it on a sunshiny day. Allie will have to keep us updated on what the day would be.
Baby wallaby.
Baby wallaby.
Any of the animals. We did have a kangaroo on the show a couple of weeks ago. So little baby Reba-Roo was her name.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so we love animals in here.
She was from the buck.
Bama Bucks.
Bama Bucks. Yeah, they're phenomenal. That's actually where Kevin came from, was Bama Bucks, and he's that whole family. They're mentors of ours, so they're great,
wonderful.
Great place.
Yes. We enjoyed visiting. My husband and I went out and visited and had a wonderful dinner there, and then got to walk around and see all the animals. So I mean,
they came to our summer camp this past year, and they brought a multitude of animals for our kids at summer camp. So they have a lot of interest in animals.
That's so important to connect. I mean, the people who are like-minded and who love animals, and y'all can, get together and
absolutely. We work with the Aniston Museum very closely. They're a great supporter. Yes, they're a great supporter of us.
She comes on the show sometimes too.
She has a snake with her when she comes.
Only when one of our camera, Jeff, he will not allow the snakes. He's not about it. I love them. I love Taco in particular, the little rat snake. He's so cute. But I'm in for any animal.
Did you have your own vet?
We use several different vets.
I was about to say, because there's so many different types of animals.
Yes, we do. We use Auburn is a great resource. The college there, they have a great program there, and we do take a lot of our animals there. We have a couple that will come on site. Dr. Barry in Piedmont is also a great resource, and then we use a vet in Aniana that's been a tremendous help.
Okay, because I know that people may want to ask that. But I do want to tell everyone before we leave to please come to our event, the Community Health Series event on the 24th at the Oxford Civic Center, and you can hear more in detail Michelle's story, how she got to where she is with the Willow Farm. There's the flyer. It's going to be a great event. You don't want to miss it, and I think that you would. Even if this doesn't touch you personally, I think that you will get something from it, because everybody I know at the Exchange Club, when you came and spoke there, I know everybody, there was not a dry eye in there. It was like everybody was so impressed with you, and and just loved your testimony was just fantastic, and so I encourage everybody to come.
It's a hard story to tell, and it's even harder to hear. It's a hard story to hear.
It is.
It's difficult.
And I can attest to that. But yes, I agree.
But those things that you're going to be passing on to the guest there is so important, because even if they don't have that personal experience, there's always even just the name, making sure that you keep someone's name. Things like that.
Well, I found that the little things will build up into bigger things, and if you will find just a smidgen of strength to do the little things, and like I said, as Justin's mom, I felt like it was my responsibility to make everyone else comfortable. And a lot of people say, well, I shouldn't have to make other people comfortable. They should just be. But my family and friends were extremely supportive, but still a lot of them were just as lost as they could be. Sure. And I understood that. I understood why they were lost. I was lost. And even sometimes now, as a grieving mother myself, I struggle with how to approach another grieving mom. What do I say? I don't want to do the wrong thing. So I understand that is a very, very challenging spot to be in. So I thought, well, if I can help make other people more comfortable with this, I'll get to continue to hear Justin's name. So it was very self-serving. It was motivated by a very self-serving type situation where I wanted to continue to hear Justin's name. But at the same time, it was going to do that for other moms as well, and to be able to hear their children's names.
And I think family and friends, they grieve for you. You know what I mean? You grieve for that person, and then that makes you uncomfortable, because you don't always, because you want to be that light for them, and you want to. But what words do you say?
There's not any words.
You're busy crying, and you're like, well, I'm crying.
And there's not any words in any type of grief. There's no words.
And I can assure you, in a lot of cases, people say, "Oh, I didn't mean to make you cry." And when they would come up and say something about Justin or send me a picture, I'm like, "You didn't make me cry." I cry pretty much on some level every day, and it's a good thing. It's a part of the healing process. Healing from a loss like this is a lifelong journey.
Your memories running down your face is what I always say.
It's a lifelong thing.
Yeah.
Well, with that, we're going to again remind you to attend that that community health series there on September 24th from 10 to noon. It is free. Mental health awareness is something that is, I think, on top of everyone's mind and should be. And you can hear a story and some ways, to work through these things and
have somewhere to go.
Have somewhere to go. Yes, absolutely.
Suicide prevention and awareness, it's such a large problem and it's growing, and that's the scary thing. It's growing in leaps and bounds, and so to find a way to help prevent it in tiny ways. Everyone can impact it in some small way, and those small ways will build and continue to help. Continue to help prevent.
Well, we look forward to seeing you there on the 24th, and also don't forget we're going to post the pre-order information on just in time to be kind.
Yes.
So look for that on our Facebook page, and please go and give the Facebook page Redbird Willow Farm a like and share. So with that, thank you so much for being our guest.
Thank you. Come see us at the farm.
I absolutely will, and come back and visit us anytime.
Absolutely, I will. Thank you.
Yes, and thank you, Ellen. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Well,
we
with
appreciate
that,
you too.
Well, thank you. With that, we're going to wish you all a wonderful rest of your day and a happy weekend, and we'll see you back here Monday morning on Rise and Shine. All right. Thank you again for tuning in this morning and every weekday morning right here on WEAC TV 24.
Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Talk About It. My name is Marquita Mansfield and I am sitting here with an international bestseller